Little Young 480. So what I'm hearing is that you don't know how much to eat, you don't know what diet plan to follow based on your training routine, and you don't know if you should be eating more or less based on your weight, based on your position. So I think a good rule to follow, right? You kind of have to think in terms of restrictions. And when I say restrictions, what I mean is that as long as you're not eating too late, right? You want to avoid eating late, because when you eat late, it raises your heart rate, and you want your heart rate low before bed, right? Raising your heart rate by eating, you turn on your digestive system when you eat late. So you want to avoid eating as late as possible. And then when you're waking up, you want to make sure you're getting hydrated, right? A glass of water. If you could squeeze some, right, maybe some lemon or some lime in there, maybe a pinch of salt for some electrolytes, right? I think those are just two things that can really, right? Those are restrictions coming from the nighttime, and a restriction, right? Just hydrate, coming from the daytime. And as long as you're doing just those two things, I would say the close third is, they say the man who takes 100 steps after he eats lives to 100. Right, so as long as you're doing those two things, and then what are you avoiding? You're avoiding foods with lots of ingredients, right? Things that you can't even pronounce. You're avoiding fried food, right? Sugary drinks that have high calories and very low nutrients, right? So lots of drinks with lots of sugar, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, stuff like that. Even juices, right? A lot of juices will have a lot of sugar and low benefits if they're not freshly juiced or freshly squeezed. And so those are some restrictions that kind of point you in a direction. And so what I do personally, just speaking, right, I've been thinking about exactly what you're thinking about. What should I eat to prepare me for practice, for the day, for training? Hydrate. I'm doing smoothies with a banana smoothie with some, you could do a scoop of protein powder if you like, you could do some cacao powder, super healthy. I do a little extra virgin olive oil when I'm making the smoothie, pinch of salt, and then some cinnamon, maybe some cayenne pepper. And then so nuts, eggs, right? So this guy, Charles Poliquin, former Olympic strength coach, he says, local fruit, nuts, piece of meat, or a piece of some protein, or if you're vegetarian, you could do, whatever plant protein. And that's a simple framework for a great meal before you go play or before you go practice. And so game day meals and practice day meals and normal day meals, they're just healthy, they're just simple and healthy meals that are going to set you up. And so you could do some sweet potatoes if you like sweet potatoes, if each family has their own particular things they like to eat, but that's a simple framework, right? Hydrate, and then it's local fruit, nuts, any variety of nuts,